Vinny and Abby.
What's up, Alex?
Who's ready to get cold and sad?
Okay. I'll go with you on this journey. I'm ready to get cold and sad.
I'm ready for summer, but I'll do it.
I'll get cold and sad.
Well, let's just get cold one more time before summer officially kicks off. Cool for the summer. This is Frostpunk.
Yeah.
It is the new game from the makers of This War of Mine.
Oh,
so that should already tell you exactly the vibe we're going to be going with here.
Happy. It's basically just like Nobi Nobi Boy.
Yeah, no, it's more like Frozen Boy. This is a story-focused city builder. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. It is about a steampunk post-apocalypse that is a global freezing.
This feels like where the train arrives, it finally ends up and arrives to, if it were to end up and arrive to in that movie.
Snowpiercer? Yes,
oh,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
So if Snowpiercer were a turn-of-the-century steampunk thing, and there was no train and no Ed Harris, but there was all the misery and a little less of the class metaphor, yes, that's that.
The train were a city?
Yes. So this is, it's a single-player focus game. There are multiple story scenarios. There's the main one, which is the only one I've played so far, but there's also these other scenarios that sort of unlock as you go through them.
Okay.
We're just going to start a new one of the main scenario, and then I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
Look at you.
Yeah. So we'll just start with the default settings here.
So this is like default.
Default.
Okay. I bought the game. I jump in.
First thing
start,
you jump into.
Start.
Yes.
I must say, I know we haven't really started, but so far I think it looks very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually got a gorgeous aesthetic
I want to
to
hear
it.
this.
No horizon in sight. The rulers of old,
Is that the Snowpiercer?
stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress.
Oh, you won.
Yeah, we did it. We saved
Cool,
it.
game over.
Oh.
Oh, dang it, the ladybug.
Stopped it all.
The Ladybug did this?
Suddenly,
It's always the ladybug.
when tides had changed, they changed for all of us. No matter wealth or class,
Dude kind of sounds like Philip Baker Hall.
we've lost our world to
Could be.
snow.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
You would know him if you saw him.
Okay.
What was he in?
Our last traces.
Like Boogie Nights. I don't know. He's been in a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson movies.
Oh, I love Paul Thomas Anderson.
He's the guy who plays the Floyd Gondoli in Boogie Nights.
I haven't seen Boogie Nights.
Okay.
Winter has come.
He's the game show, or the game show host in Magnolia.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
We bid farewell to plenty. And for those who remained, came the time to adapt.
That's a
We
cool
decided
animation.
to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks,
That's on the water.
maybe months, leaving behind
On the ice.
Look at that.
all the things we once
Ooh, that
believed
doesn't
had
look
made
safe.
us.
Yeah, safety is kind of not the issue anymore.
It was hope that pushed us forward.
I'd watch this movie.
Would you play this
Slowly,
game?
I don't know yet.
All right.
Step by step.
This
Knew the cost
audio
of
sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
we
Is it
paid
from
the
every action movie montage ever?
No,
It
it's
just has a
it's
tone
it's
to
that
it.
straining against something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
price.
like
Finally,
it's got a very
Like they're, like,
X-Men
overcoming.
X-Men second class. Oh, the one with their
build
kids.
the
What's that one
last
called?
city.
First Class.
First class vibe to it. Yeah.
So the basic idea here
Yeah,
is that you have these survivors,
Right.
and they have you have to build this society around this steam engine that is sort of really the only source of heat you are able to find in this world.
Okay, so you've settled your base. Now it's time to build.
Yes. So there it is.
How'd you
There's-
get in here?
There's the holy engine.
Big old crater. You didn't just see him climb that mountain?
Yeah, they just climbed right over it.
How'd they get the thing in there?
Carried it on their backs?
Ropes.
Yep.
Same way they built the pyramids.
Okay.
So right out of the gate, you have basically nothing. You have these stockpiles, and that is it. And you have these workers right here. So what you have to do is you initially have to start gathering some resources, which means that you have to also... Hold on, let me back out of here. You have to start assigning workers to these sorts of things, and that's basically it. So
Yes.
we're just going to start picking up stuff.
So you carried the thermal engine.
Yes.
This is how we're going to survive.
So those are wood crates.
This is your plan.
Yeah. This is all there is right now.
Live around the giant vape pen.
So we're going to get some coal as well. We're going to get a crew on that.
So who is getting that? Like, what are you assigning?
I am assigning people. Like, that's the max number of people that can go to this pile here and collect this resource.
Do you have like a pool of people you're picking from?
Yes, that is down here.
Oh,
That is
I
how
see.
many inhabitants I have. And they're sort of broken up into categories. There's workers, there's engineers who can only work on certain things, but they can also be used as regular workers. And eventually, you get the ability to use child labor as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
you have 38 of your population cap is 80. Is that what's going on? And as you assign,
Right now it is, yes.
Okay, so as you assign, the pool of available people is just going down.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Got
so
it.
we got a little bit of stuff here. Let's start up the engine, and hopefully we have enough
Whoa.
people that can start. We can start building.
Oh, cool. It's like melting the snow.
Yes.
That's a heat radius.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
kind of the heat
cool.
radius right
That's
there.
neat.
And you can build that up over time. So like, here, I'll just pause real quick while we get into this. So this is the engine, and you are upgrading this as you go along. That will
Right.
include
Wow.
range and also just sort of general power and consumption. Right now, my consumption rate is good, so that is all
wait,
right.
sorry. Can you go back to that for a second, just so I can get a consumption rate?
Yes.
So
it's-
what's yeah?
as long as it's in the green, that means you are getting more coal than you are using.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Eventually, you'll get more here that sort of explains like what buildings are siphoning off coal.
So what's the bottom arrow? That's 144 per day.
I think that's how much you're using, and then the
and
other
that's
one is
the-
how much you're
That's the
gaining.
limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now that we're here, we're gonna see if we can start building some stuff. Everyone's homeless right now, so we got to fix that. Right now, the only kind of buildings we can build are tents.
And you build in this radius.
For now, yes. Eventually, we can start building off of that. But for now, this is the only road, so we're just gonna kind of build alongside this. And we'll just go with that for the start.
So is the goal to basically fill this crater and get it warm and toasty?
You'll see a little bit more about where things go when I load up a later save. But
Okay.
yeah, like the idea is, I think you're trying to survive for 60 total days in this scenario.
And then the sun comes.
I don't know. I actually haven't finished the first campaign yet.
This whole thing is just a month and a half, and
Yeah.
boy, it really went a little ballistic. End of the world
So
here.
this is going in real time. Time is ticking down. I just paused right now, but over time things will fluctuate. Like the temperature will drop here around this time coming, and sometimes it'll go back up, but sometimes it'll go down and stay down.
Are there like predicted seasons as far as the temperature dropping?
I mean, it's 60 days, so it's not like a full
Sure.
season, but
What
like
is it basically cold and colder?
it gets cold, it gets colder, then maybe it gets a little less cold, then it gets way colder.
Okay.
Can you zoom in more?
Yes, I can zoom
Yeah,
into
let's
about
see
here.
let's see your,
So this is what I have right now. You can see the sort of garbage piles I'm pulling from. And so eventually, these piles will run out, which means that I will have to build other things that actually extract some of these resources. So like, for instance, there's a big metal deposit here.
Oh, I
Eventually,
see.
I'm going to need to build like a steel mill. There's a big coal deposit here, so maybe I'll have to like actually start mining coal.
Gotcha.
But for the initial stage, you're just kind of like gathering.
and what's? Oh, sorry, Abby. Go
Oh,
ahead.
is the way you get more people to work on that stuff through like breeding?
No.
That's an interesting way to put it.
That's first off,
Well, yeah, whatever.
you can't birth a lot of children in 60 days. I will just say that is
I don't. Do you know how you're not a woman?
I'm
You
just
don't know
saying
how childbirth works.
Steampunk
Alex.
technology is very powerful, but it's not that powerful.
But women are.
Yes.
Yes.
Steampunk women are very powerful. So eventually you will get scouts, which you can use to kind of venture outside of the crater and find other stuff. And sometimes
see.
you will find other survivors. Sometimes you will find resources. Sometimes you will find misery. Mostly you will find misery.
So you can raise your population cap. Or
Yes.
Okay. And then
So I'm just going to kind of take you through some of the other menus here real quick. So I can't really build any new laws yet, but this is kind of your tech tree. Over time, you are allowed to add new laws to this, and these are all things like, for instance, emergency shifts.
no more burlap.
Yeah, so if we want to, if I need someone to work for 24 hours to gather a resource because we're in dire straits, we can do that. Discontent will go up.
Is this like a no good option simulator?
There are no good options.
Okay.
But there are options that will make people less miserable.
Oh, are there
I mean, it's
a group of people less
we're
miserable?
working on a scale here.
By making people less miserable, do you make the coal more miserable? Like, is there? It seems like everything is just a bad trade-off.
Everything is a bad trade-off.
Oh, interesting.
But some are more miserable than others.
Okay.
And in addition to that, you can kind of see what our economy is here. So this is just sort of like where our workforce is dedicated right now.
And you can't assign from here. It's just a kind of spreadsheet to see where.
Yeah,
things
this
are.
is just kind of the spreadsheet to
If
see
you
where things are.
Hit that magnifying glass. Does it jump to where that is on the map? Oh,
Yes, it
that's
does.
cool. Okay, that's very helpful.
Yeah. The UI in this is actually pretty solid. Like I
Yeah.
feel like not initially I was a little confused about a few things, but like it does a pretty good job of explaining itself over time.
Coal, huh?
Yep. All right, so let's get time going again. Let's get these houses built.
Oh,
these tents.
Your discontent has gone up.
Yeah, it's because I passed that law, but that'll go down. So these are the two things you're trying to balance.
Maybe that guy needs a more positive message.
Yeah. So these are the two things you're trying to balance. Hope, you want to keep hope up, obviously, and discontent down. If hope goes all the way down, you have a limited amount of time to get it back up before things go completely sideways, and you are essentially excommunicated from this community.
Okay, so they just kick you out. They don't go
so
nuts.
They will revolt against
So
you.
you are just kind of like a leader.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I haven't failed yet, but that is my understanding is that is the fail state. I think also if discontent gets all the way up, that's also a big problem.
Maybe I'm like building my headcanon in this game because I think this looks very cool and I want a story. Maybe like 60 days is like the expedition force, right? Like, after 60 days we'll have settled, and like that's going to be the hardest period.
Right.
Like, it's after 2 months we'll have figured it out.
Or maybe that's just how long it takes to make a baby, and then once they, can populate themselves, they don't have
That
to worry
knowledge
about
has been lost.
And then we're going to build some new streets
There are
here.
people just having sex with anything around.
Look, you got to stay warm somehow,
I heard if I put this thing in something else, a baby will come out.
All right, so we're mostly just building tents right now, but eventually we will get some new constructions.
Discontents.
Oh, wow.
Good one.
Thanks.
You can kind of see what some of the basic buildings are here. Like, a hunter's hut will go and gather food resources, which then have to be turned into actual food, which you use with the cookhouse.
Oh, cool.
There's a medical post, which I can build to help heal sick people. You have to assign engineers to that in order to have doctors. And then resources, we'll once we start kind of getting into more of the tech tree, you'll see what some of that stuff is.
Do they have any kind of like morale boosting tents? Like this is like the
Juggler.
recreation tent.
Juggler's tent.
Yes.
Or the baby making tent.
Well, there's no baby making tent. That's whatever tent you can find, honestly.
Okay.
But there are things like you can build like what is essentially a bar where people can go and unwind. You can build like a fighting pit where people can go to like relieve tension.
That seems fun.
Also, you can build a graveyard so that people have a place to like
that's
bury
good.
their dead and sort of
Stick them in the
to
furnace.
mourn.
Yeah. It's good to, everybody wants to do that.
I love the paths through the snow as people like go
Yeah,
get
me
coal.
too.
Yeah.
This game looks awesome.
I mean, in a miserable way, but
Yes,
Right.
but no, that's the thing. It does its misery aesthetic like so well,
Yes.
and I'm genuinely pretty impressed by it.
Do people die?
Yes,
Will they just fall down in the snow?
accidents can happen. They don't just like I've never actually seen a person just fall down and die in
Okay.
the snow, but like. Work accidents can happen, or they can get sick, and if you don't have enough medical tents, then they're essentially forced to just wait until there's a bed for
Okay.
them, and if that takes too long, then they die.
How often have you hit the time lapse button to kind of speed things along?
Here and there, but honestly, I've kind of been enjoying just sort of playing it at the normal pace. Like sometimes at night when nothing is going on, I will speed it up, but in general, I kind of feel like I'm enjoying just playing along. I'm not being super careful about placing stuff here because I'm just kind of showing stuff off. But
Well, you're outside the heat zone now, right?
well, not entirely. Like they're still getting some heat from the thing. It's just they're not within the ideal range of it. Like you can
Okay.
see, like this is the temperature for this tent, and that's livable. Once the temperature goes down, that's going to be less livable because like the range on this thing is not going to be as effective.
Okay.
But it's like -20 is like cold, but it's nowhere near as cold as it can get. But
Interesting.
we are also about to deal with our homelessness problem, which is good.
It's an interesting concept and very in the aesthetic to have one giant central heating thing versus
Yes.
everybody having just little
Right.
heating things. So like
So you
maybe-
can build new heaters
Like
that will
mini heaters?
extend out. Yeah, like they take coal, but they will generate heat around the space where you put them.
Okay. So you kind of just have your own little like space heater.
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
Oh, I need to build a road over here. Let's do that. Here we go. And I'll just make this nice. Wow.
Because I feel like the practicality of the radiation of that heat and the inefficiency of just a thing in the middle of nowhere, unless maybe there are pipes running heat, I don't really know, but just like, hey, when you stand next to this thing, it's 1 billion degrees.
The
And
implication to me is very much that you are making do with what you have,
Yes.
and there is definitely like the infrastructure is not particularly great.
I'm starting my own colony.
All right.
It's over here on the side. It takes 1 month to have a baby. We are very efficient.
So I have a choice here. I need to build more road, but I'm out of wood. So I can send people out on a 24-hour shift to get more wood, or I can just like let them be homeless this night, and then they'll go and they'll gather it in the morning.
I say do it overnight.
Will they get
Put
sick?
them to work.
Will they get sick either way?
There's definitely
discontent will rise?
there's definitely a little risk of them, being overworked. But in this case, I think the emergency is worth it so that we can get this built. So
wait, aren't they getting the wood overnight anyway?
No, because there's work hours. You're essentially setting work hours for each thing.
So, I thought they were gonna sleep without a house. Are these two things not happening at the same time?
What do you mean?
I think it's like either the people could be homeless and not be doing anything and not have a place to sleep, or you can go send them out to work.
While they would be homeless.
And it's not
Yes.
it's not necessarily the people that are homeless that are going out to do the work. It's
Right.
the people I assign to those jobs that are going out and doing the work.
Either way, you're not getting that house until the next day.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean the houses are there. I just need to build a road to it.
Oh, come on,
Otherwise-
people. Just kind of, it's just snow.
I know.
Just walk.
It's important that there be roads.
Do the little achievement things on the lower left, do those get you anywhere? The milestones, like, hey, collect, stockpile enough coal?
Yeah, so these are like kind of the mission objectives as you go along. Sometimes there's like side objectives, but like
I love that. Look
the
at
main
lanterns.
Yep.
Sorry.
But the main one is like once you do these, like not only do they kind of progress the story, but they will actually like raise hope a little bit or remove discontent, that kind of thing.
Is that how you move the tech tree forward?
What is this missing? Why is it inoperative? I thought I put a road there. Hang on a second. Let me just finish building these roads because I think it's... Oh, I see. I didn't connect it. That's the problem. That's your problem.
Problem solved.
Hopefully.
Is that how you move the tech tree forward with those milestones?
It's more just the overall
The
progression
buildings?
of the campaign.
Okay.
You build out the tech tree. Well, we'll see in a little bit because
Okay.
we aren't really there yet.
Alex, I really want to play this. What is your
also
vibe so far?
My vibe so far is very good. There are a couple of things when I load up my later save, I'll kind of show you what a couple of my minor quibbles with this game are. But like in general, like I said, I love the aesthetic of it. I love the vibe. I also really think that just like it's actually pretty fun to build. Like not in like a happy this is a fun game kind of way. More of like I'm really fascinated with what they are doing here.
That's cool.
So we'll give it like a little longer. Like we'll get through one full day and then I'll load up another save.
Did you get that thing working?
I think so. I think people are also just not working right now. Okay, there it
there we
is.
go.
Nope.
Wait,
No,
no.
I thought they did it, but they didn't. So as you can see, one person is sick. I think everyone went to sleep is the problem. So no one is actually doing this work. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. And I think that got us to the next morning. So here we are. So overworking people didn't actually matter much because no one was around to build that road, but they did it finally. It's now built and they are building, and that is happening.
You're welcome.
Can you rename people?
I don't know if you can. I've never actually tried. What happens if I select this person? Yeah.
Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Hey, child Ralph.
Okay,
Biggest concern. Everything's fine.
yeah. So I will say one of the things that maybe I have a little bit of a bummer is that there's just not a lot of personality to any of the people.
What? Look at Ralph.
I'm just saying.
Can we
like,
see
there's-
another face?
There's like cool portraits and stuff, but like there isn't. Like I don't feel like these people have real roles other than the very basic role they are assigned.
Look at Edmund.
I know, it's got like 2 pairs of glasses.
What if you
The
click on?
portraits are good.
Can you click on Edmund's face there? His portrait. Oh, he just finds him.
Yeah.
What's old Ed doing?
Ed is
Walk into the wood.
so he's part of the steel wreckage team. He's got a spouse, Minerva.
Can we see Minerva? Click on her little eyeglass there.
Where is Minerva?
Who you think
Hey,
producing new law?
Minerva.
Minerva is working on the wood crates team.
Okay, what's Morris doing?
Oh, Vinny.
What's
right,
Morris,
let's-
what's Morris Harpington?
Hang on. Let's. We got a couple of things here. We got another law we can pass.
Look, there's the family.
Let's see here. What would be good? Let's see. So here's some like medical stuff we can do for the gravely, like, because sometimes you'll get people who are like gravely ill, like they just can't be cured. So there are places where you can put them to sort of be comfortable while they're
Like a hospice?
yeah, kind of thing. Food additives. So if like once we start adding more food options, we can do things like add sawdust to food so that it's more filling.
That
Yeah.
seems bad.
There's the fighting arena if we want
Cool.
to do that. Extended shift is also an option, so we can just do a 14-hour shift instead of a 24-hour one.
I feel like this is great that there's always just so much red and blue for each one of these
Yeah.
options.
You did the longer shift one?
I just chose that one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, good news, everybody! You can now work even longer.
So we've now got we got a couple of things we can build here because we have some resources. I'm going to build a cookhouse along with a couple of other things here.
Are there advantages or disadvantages to placing things next to each other?
I mean, I haven't found one really.
Okay.
Like
The
it feels-
roads don't.
I mean, as long as they're connected to roads, that's the only important part.
okay.
As
But
far
it's
as I
not
can
like
tell.
quote unquote pollution from a cookhouse or
Oh.
tannery or
No, I haven't seen anything quite like that. All right, so like what I built here is a hunter's hut, so they will go out and they will gather these raw food resources,
Okay.
and then the cookhouse will turn them into just like food that people
Sure.
eat.
Yummy
that
stuff.
makes
Some
sense.
soups.
Yeah.
Man, I bet they would love stew over here.
Oh, who doesn't love stew
know.
over here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the summer though.
No way, Jose.
Nice,
Although
nice
I
hot stew with a lot of potatoes in the summer.
I like a ramen in the summer.
Hot stew.
I'll eat
living
ramen
in the
year-round.
city.
I like a curry in the summer, like a
Oh,
like
yeah,
a hot
curry's
curry. I like curry anytime.
Curry for the
Actually,
summer is my favorite pop song.
Uh huh.
I think the truth is I'd eat any food in the summer.
That's
yeah.
reasonable.
I don't know. Sometimes like when I'm walking down the street and I like grab a coffee and a hot coffee in the summer, it's like, why would I do this?
I don't really drink coffee.
I
All
guess
right.
coffee's not a food; it's a beverage.
We got workers.
No,
in-
you eat coffee.
We got workers in the cookhouse. They are building a hunter's hut. I'll add some people to that as well. So far, so good.
When do you launch this rocket to Alpha Centauri?
Sadly, that is not an option.
After 60 days.
60 days.
Once you have enough babies to fuel it.
It's an operative.
Yeah, I haven't assigned anyone to it yet, so let's do that. Let's add some workers. And
That's
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
take these
hunters.
last people. I'm just gonna send them out to go. Yeah, you actually get a bonus eventually that lets you use fewer workers for hunting.
Like more efficient.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get after this second coal pile because we need to stockpile this stuff. We need to get it up to so this is done.
Everybody's working. So is the one sick person gonna pass away?
Since there's no health tent for them yet, right now they're just working while sick.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Are they going to get other people sick?
Not necessarily. Depends on what they're ill with. It looks like Beatrice.
She's got the sickness.
She
Yeah.
has a low risk of getting ill.
Yeah.
I like that her biggest concern is sickness.
Like she's not gonna get ill again.
I got bad news for you, Beatrice.
She is not down with the sickness. Ooh,
She's checking on her family.
But see, now this is starting to go up.
Look, they're forging that path in the snow. It's very.
Yep.
No, that's so cool.
Yeah. It looks like it sucks.
Yeah. I could build them a road, but I'm not gonna because I want to save those wood resources for the time being.
So the resources expire?
Yeah, you use them. Like
Yeah.
you're when you're building stuff, wood is a big part of that. Like steel sometimes goes into certain buildings, and then coal is constantly being fed into this, as well as like, eventually you unlock the technology of heaters
So
for
we-
some buildings. So like that'll feed into your coal consumption.
Will you eventually just run out of resources?
So here's what like once you start
Or
mining.
should we look at your later save?
Yeah, so once we start mining, we'll have more access to that stuff. Sometimes when you go out into the world, you will find abandoned outposts where there's resources, and you can build an outpost there that will deliver that resource
So
to you.
you will at some point will be able to build outside of this crater?
Not exactly, like you won't be able to build your city, but you can add an outpost to it where a team will go, and then you can build an outpost depot in your zone where they will deliver it to.
Do you have that in your other save?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it kind of like the Night's Watch? Like the big wall?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, you just assign a team to them, and that's just what they do.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and actually load up something a little bit later here.
You
When-
just made your checkpoints.
When do the zombies come?
I haven't seen any yet. All right, so this is about 15 days in. And I think this is, I don't know if I have everything unlocked here,
Oh,
but
Alex.
Whoa,
Alex,
whoa.
there's some kind of giant spider.
yes. So
Whoa.
that is an automaton I found out in the world that I could have
You
dismantled for
found him?
parts. But
But you made him your friend.
yeah, instead I told him to come back here, and he's doing his business.
Wow, look at this
Well-
cool little city.
Yeah.
What's the balloon that's up in the air?
So that is the scout. That is those are the people that are going out into the world and
wow.
doing stuff. So here's the main map.
Wow.
Here's what's going on. So each of
Wow.
these is like a place you can go and explore. Sometimes you'll find resources. Sometimes you'll find people.
Can you like zoom in on them?
I can't right now.
Okay.
When they reach their destination, I'll be able to do something.
Can you zoom in on one of your weird outposts?
I don't have any outposts yet in this one.
Okay.
Why is your hope dropping so quickly?
It's not dropping. It's just that I've had some bad shit happen. So
People see the giant fucking spider hovering above
yeah, no,
He's their friend.
The spider's doing work, man. The
Yeah.
spider's out here mining coal while we're doing stuff. So here's some other things I have built. I'll pause right now. This is a workshop. This is what builds you these technologies. Here's the tech tree.
Oh, that opened up.
The official tech tree.
Uh-huh.
So there's the laws tree, and then there's the technology tree. This is the laws or the technology
tree?
tree.
Okay.
So there's different things you can build here.
Jeez.
Obviously, like this is for exploration. different kinds of buildings you can get from resources, hunting, making more food, etc.
Wow, so this really seems to open up.
Yes, it does.
Are there ways to generate more research faster?
I only have one workshop. I'm not sure if I can build a second one, if that would speed things up. I haven't done that.
Okay. How do you have the medical wing?
I do. I have a few medical tents right now. It looks like I probably actually use one more because there's some unhealthy people here that are having some problems. But yeah, so this is, here's the people that are currently in. This is how long they're stuck here for, and these are the people I have working here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna at least start the. Yeah. They had asked for more warmth in some of the houses, and I couldn't do it. So obviously, hope is gone
down. Oh, look at that discontent! Jeez, Alex.
Discontent is bad. Some shit is not good here.
The temperature's really starting to make life difficult.
But as you can see, we also have the steam hub here, which is sort of doing some heating work.
Sure, it is getting colder outside, though.
It is, yes.
40 below. Do you have the option to change that to Fahrenheit?
Yes, that is an option in the menus.
Okay.
Man, 40 Celsius is quite cold. Negative 40. That's very, very cold.
So if I had been paying attention, what I could have done is I could have actually put this into overdrive, and that would have heated up a few more of these houses. I just wasn't thinking about it at the moment.
Who are those people? Are those your expeditions on the upper right?
These two? Yes, these are my scouts.
Okay.
They're the ones currently going out and doing that work.
What else you got built up here? You got a mill over on the right?
Yeah, that is a steelworks.
Okay.
I have both a coal thumper and a coal mine over here.
And so what is your automaton actually doing?
It is currently working the coal mine.
It's like transporting coal?
It is the one mining the coal. And it will, I think stuff in the mine will automatically head over to the thing, but from the thumper, you have to have a team come through and... Oh, yeah.
Here come the zombies.
So this is kind of one of the turning points in this campaign. It's pretty early on. It's like I said, I'm about 15 days in here.
There's also a man on the edge of the city. He said that he came from Winterhome, a settlement located over here. Last survivor. Winterhome is dead. Everyone's dead.
So we're alone. So this is bad.
Did you strip him of his goods?
Probably.
Did you know about Winterhome before?
Yes, that was one of the things we'd kind of seen evidence of, that there might be another settlement out there. So as you can see, my hope is about to go all the way down, which is not good. So I'm going to have to start working to try and get that back up.
Is that like a story mission where it's going to go completely down either way? Or if you have it up at a certain point, it'll only go down a fraction?
It'll go down a lot, but you can prevent it from going all the way down.
Okay.
If I had successfully done that mission where the heat had been on, they would have been okay. This is a key thing here.
Could you have saved Winterhome, you think?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. So that is one thing, is that the campaigns, as far as I know, play out the same way each time no matter what. Like, the beats of it are always the same. Like, what you do in that time can change, but, you're always going to, if I'm playing this main campaign, there will always be this branching point here.
Okay.
So these are the two things I can do. I can go order, or I can go with faith and spiritual strength.
Order.
Yeah, I'm going order.
Faith.
So
become a god.
By doing this, I have opened a new branch of technology, and what we have here now are these watchtowers that I'm going to build.
If you picked the other one, would you build churches?
Temple?
What would you build?
Churches, yeah, churches and religious-related bric-a-brac. All right, so this will oversee a good bunch of these. So I'm going to build that here, and I'm going to build one over here, and then I'm going to have to man those.
So you're mostly just putting them near the homes.
Yes.
I want to start another faction in your game. The religious.
Well, so that's actually what's about to happen here, is that this discontent is going to lead to some of my people wanting to abandon the settlement
and go where?
Go to London, basically. They think that by going to London they will be able to save themselves.
What's going on in London?
They just think that's surely people must have survived there. Let's go there.
London is cold and dark before this even happened.
No,
good luck.
It's not going to have gotten better.
You need to maybe you should have started Faith and just started a rumor that London is full of zombies.
Couple more days.
There's no god in London.
London's full.
All right, so I have 2 days to raise the hope up, so we're gonna do that.
Giant spider robots.
Build a bunch of bars.
And you see, no one's working right now because they're all pissed off. So I'm gonna.
Geez.
Yeah, it's okay because we're gonna build these things. Eventually, they'll eventually get over it.
What are your fail conditions?
What do you mean?
How do you lose the game?
I think again, if you're you don't successfully get your hope meter up to where it needs to be, or your discontent gets too high, you are essentially excommunicated, and that's the end of it.
Can they starve, or is it more is the hope and the discontent a result of lack of resources sometimes? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, people can starve. Like,
Okay.
people
But
can be overworked.
But that will just cause the hope and discontent
Yes.
too. Okay, gotcha.
And does it let you know where you need to be? Is it that bar where you need to be for the hope?
Yeah,
bar?
I need to get it back to here within a couple of days, otherwise I'm screwed.
You got this.
What's the little?
All right, so now they're starting to build these watchtowers, which is good because that will actually help get hope up a little bit. And everyone's gone back to work.
Oh, the Londoners, huh?
Yeah, so the Londoners, this is like an ongoing quest for about 14 days of the game, where you are essentially trying to quell this unrest. They will continue to try and convince people to join them. You can do things like build a prison and then round up the Londoners and put them in the prison.
Ooh, that seems bad.
Yeah, it's not good choices.
How many people do you have in your colony total? I know you have a cap of 163. Is that how many total people you have?
I think that's how, and the 30 is how many aren't working right now.
Oh boy.
Do they like being unemployed, or does that make them mad?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Like, they don't want to be overworked either. It's just that, they just hang around until someone dies, and then you give them a job.
I guess it makes sense.
Is that plus 28 on the bottom how much your hope is going up by? Or is that something else? By the hope bar? It says plus 28 underneath it?
That is how many people are sick right now, but they are the ones being treated.
So you have
okay.
one, maybe two being not treated?
Yes. Okay, so hope has gone up because I did the thing. We'll heat that.
Oh, the watchtowers get heat. Oh, I see how it is.
I've got heat on in other places.
They want
Like, the
you to
heater's on in the
think-
work. Actually, I don't need to have the heater on in the workshop right now because it's pretty well heated.
They've turned the heat off in the workshop.
Yeah, get bent.
Have you heard, Beatrice?
Look,
The
man.
heat's on everywhere in
Look, man,
London.
I can't put heat everywhere. All right, there's a lot to do. Check out this automaton. I got this dope automaton.
The
Check that dude out.
automaton gets heat, but we get no heat.
No, it doesn't. I don't give the automaton heat.
I hear the queen has a whole fleet of automatons.
Look,
they
man,
look like corgis.
You people are assholes, all right? I'm doing my best here. Look how cold it is.
Why don't you heat the cemetery?
I'll heat my ass.
I heard it's not even cold. It's all a lie.
You know what? Freeze to death. I don't give a shit anymore.
I'm wearing shorts. I feel fine.
All right, we can now research tier 2 technology. So I can do things like I can improve the heat. I can build an outpost depot, which will allow me to build an outpost out in the world. I may actually just load up another save here rather than going through too much more of this stuff. But yeah, my options are now a little wider. I'm going to build I'm going to upgrade my medical post.
What's a hothouse?
Hothouse is it grows raw food materials.
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay, like a greenhouse?
sure.
Yes.
Neat.
This robot.
I think it's cool. I love it.
It is cool, but man, just could you step a little, be very gingerly.
I trust him fully.
All right, let's load up another one.
Okay.
This
Oh, wow.
This is a little further in.
I feel like we did so well, though. We're just
Day
about to get him happy.
31.
Yeah,
Go to day 31.
I don't know if I want to.
I wanna
That's like
see it.
halfway through the campaign, man.
Oh, the spoilers?
I actually don't know if there's any. Like,
All
'cause
right.
that's
Let's
where
do day 19.
Yeah, okay.
The one you
Where I
prepped
am.
for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
This is just a little further ahead. Just kind of showing off. Okay,
Oh, so it's same world.
same world, yeah.
Okay.
But things have kind of grown a little bit here.
I've changed my mind. I'm staying.
Oh,
Do
the
I-
Londoners are okay.
Do I have the? I don't think I've built the depot yet, but
Wait, the Londoners still going on.
yes, the Wanderer is still going on. They've
But your
gotten-
hope's good.
Yeah, my hope is back to normal. There's more of them.
What's their tendency? Is that like if it's getting more popular or less popular?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
just like a handful of people will join at a time right now because
Okay,
things
but
aren't
that's not too bad, right?
Yeah, things aren't too bad.
You should send the Londoners off in the giant robot to go find London and then kill them. And
But then have one person survive and be like, London is bad.
London's terrible. They eat you.
I have swapped out a couple of these stations in this one for guard stations, which are the
Whoa.
upgraded versions.
Boy, really?
They are much taller.
things
Oh,
are
we've got
really-
a scout. So I sent this one out here. This is what happens when you get to a location, so you can just kind of explore and see what you got here.
Americans. The American
They
camp
do.
was wow. He really went far, huh?
Yeah.
I think sophistication attention. More victims of her. Most of them have badly worn. Wait, sophisticated artificial limbs. The
Yeah.
Tesla manufacturing
Everything
company.
has Tesla.
All right, so we're gonna take the resources, and then I'm gonna
Wait.
see. I
Did
can
you just take their limbs?
look. There was no one using them.
Were they all dead?
Yes.
I think they were dead.
Oh, okay.
There was no one there.
Okay,
So you
okay.
don't actually like build and like develop RTS style in these settlements, right?
Well, so the only thing you can do is, like I said, you can plant your flag in certain ones that
Okay.
have resources attached to them, and they will just bring resources from that
But
space.
nothing as in depth as the crater.
No.
Okay.
So wait, there was an American one. Where are we from?
This
We're-
looks
this
like
is
it's from-
England.
yeah, like the UK.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
uh,
Wait, so is this a map of the world, or is this like a small? Like, how big is this map?
I don't think it's.
Was that
much.
America, or was that just a
no,
settlement
no, no.
of
An American
Americans?
settlement.
I can't
Okay.
imagine that guy walked across the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't know. It's frozen over.
So I'm going to send them, instead of just having them come back with the resources, I'm going to have them check out one more spot.
Okay.
And then we'll just jump back into the city. But this is kind of the pace of the game, is that you are dealing with these situations as they come along. You are constantly trying to build out this space, trying to balance the amount of heat you can generate with the resources that you have and the number of people that you have.
Why have you built some of those buildings in your lower left quadrant further out? Like that was there's one just like right in the middle there, up a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah, like why didn't you attach that?
Because that's just a
closer?
resource depot. That's just where you essentially, that builds out your storage for certain
So it
resources.
doesn't matter if it's close.
Yeah,
enough?
no one's working in that space, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, jeez, those Londoners.
So send the Watchmen to Hope will fall slightly, but that's okay. Yeah, Hope will. This is the better solution, so we're just gonna deal with it.
What did the other one do?
Hope would have fallen further.
Oh, okay. So have you played through this multiple times? Do you
No.
find that it's fun to play through multiple times, or is it like a one and done kind
So
of
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I have not played through this multiple times yet. I haven't finished this
Sure.
campaign yet. But as I said, it looks like there's at least 2 more scenarios beyond
Okay.
this, and then it looks like there's at the very least 1 more planned.
Okay.
But I don't know like necessarily when that's gonna be.
And then are there? Is it just like a free play? Can you just like?
I don't know.
Run it.
I haven't tried to play this again outside of any of the normal campaign stuff.
Okay.
So I've gained a new ability here, which is patrol. This will drop discontent and hope will rise slightly. So we're gonna do that. And that has a cooldown, so you can only use it every once in a while.
I see.
It seems useful though.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want to escalate this, Alex?
Hope will rise. Discontent will fall. Yeah, I don't need
Yeah.
discontent to fall, so
Hope
I'm
will
just gonna
rise.
send guards to control the streets.
Oh boy.
That's fine.
That
See,
seems
hope
good.
went up a little bit.
That's how it happens.
No discontent.
No,
slippery
it's like
slope.
yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, no,
we're
it's-
keeping an eye. We're not overbearing.
Oh no, we'll get overbearing at some
Okay.
point. I promise.
I wonder. So, have you done the religious tree yet?
I haven't tried that one
Okay,
yet.
I'm curious what that would do for you.
Everything's fine. I'm sure. It's
Oh yeah, it's
It's
just
all
the hand
good.
of God comes in
all
and makes
good.
it warm.
That's that robot.
It's all good.
He has to rub 2 people
All
together.
right, so let's
Make a fire.
fast forward through
Make
the
a baby.
thing here.
Ooh, what is that noise?
I think that means the workday is about to begin.
Oh. Whoa.
Whoops. Okay.
Oh,
let's-
they are working hard.
Yeah, let's go back to the regular time.
Where's your robot?
He's over here.
Sleeping?
He's resting. He
Yeah.
deserves it.
So eventually I can build a factory that will allow me to add more automatons. And
Oh,
also
wow.
you can build prosthetic limbs for people who will become amputees over time.
What? Scouts reached the old
Temporary settlement.
tidy wooden shacks. Uh-oh.
May God forgive the genius.
Exiles of Tesla City. Okay. Is there like a story unfolding here?
Yeah, I mean, like, as you're kind of going through this stuff, like, you are meeting people and, like, it's not like a heavy plot thread. Like, it doesn't, I haven't hit a point where it feels like, this is the story path and we're just going to end this. Right now, it's just exploration.
Do you feel like you are getting at least some idea of what happened to this world?
I think so, yeah, like at least a little bit. Like I ran into an observatory at one point that was just like someone had scrawled some notes to be like the sun is dimming, and you're like, is that actually why it's cold? No one seems entirely sure.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I like what you've showed.
I think I am gonna load up my current save just real quick, just so you can kind of see what like an even more built-out city
All
looks
right.
like. But
Yay!
I'm not gonna do any like objectives here. I just
Okay.
want
I
to
want
really
to
quickly
see
show
it.
it.
I want to see it.
You want to show off your city? I get
Yeah.
it.
No,
I've
it's
been
fun.
there.
I hope there are more robots.
Okay, so here it is even further. This is the depot I was talking about.
Geez.
That is
Cool.
the
It
thing.
is like the wall.
Yep. And this is the one outpost I think I have built right now is this one, which is a coal mine, because that's the one thing I kind of feel like I need more of.
That's pretty cool.
You're surviving. How many days do you have left? 20?
I am at. This is
said
31, so there's
31?
29.
Oh, okay.
There's 29 left.
How long did it take you to get here, you think? About?
I don't know. I'd say I probably I've been playing again. I haven't been speeding through a lot of stuff. I'd say I probably have 6 or 7 hours.
Wow, just to get here. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Dang.
Like I said, with not fast forwarding time very much.
Okay.
You know, I imagine some people will probably be like, okay, it's nighttime, nothing's happening, so I'm gonna fast forward more, and it might be a little shorter for them. But for me, I don't know. I kind of enjoy the pace of it.
So
You're a patient player.
This doesn't feel necessarily like a run-based game. Like a hey, okay, we made it until the thing, now just start over again.
Yeah, I think some of the other scenarios are shorter. At least that's what people seem to be saying online. Again, I haven't tried them yet myself, so they may be a little more bite-sized. But this one feels pretty meaty. I mean, 60 days feels like it takes a while.
Yeah,
and it feels like you can pretty easily fail this if you're not building correctly and not doing the things necessary to keep people alive and happy.
I think I had thought this was a little more of a they are billions situation where you're building up until the waves come and something
right, and
happens.
eventually you'll be taken over. Either way.
Yeah, because you didn't get your build order right.
At the same time, look at my friggin' city.
It's
man.
great.
Looks
It's a
awesome.
great looking city.
Looks warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, relatively.
Look at that.
This is my Ministry of
multi-story-
Propaganda that I have now.
Okay,
That'll
that's
help.
less awesome, but
Yeah.
okay.
Here's my prison.
Okay,
If
that's
I
kind of
wanna-
losing me again,
I'm
but
gonna
fine.
I'm gonna round up some of the bad people and put them in the prison. 'cause
Okay,
that's-
where's your court of office? Where's your judge?
Um,
Where's the law?
He's up in the
I am the law.
Oh, brother.
I mean, I am kind of actually, but yeah. So I think that's kind of where I want to leave this. I think the beats of the story and the other objectives I think are better left found to other people. But yeah, this is Frostpunk. I forgot to look up the price. I'm sorry. I think it's
$30. I looked.
Okay, yes, $30. I've been having enough fun with it where I think that is a totally worthwhile price, and
Cool.
I've been digging it.
$30 just on PC.
Yes.
As far as I can tell.
End your save early or live long enough to become the villain.
Exactly, and boy, I've become the villain here. That's for sure.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, everyone.